Polk County Heritage Gallery's mission is to provide a multi-use exhibition space for artistic and historical exhibits and to complement educational and cultural institutions. This is the first time in almost 50 years that the gallery has partnered directly with another nonprofit in the area for an exhibit. Collaborating with Progress Iowa's creative director Jen Singler seemed a perfect fit. A ripe time now to join with a group that operates as an advocacy organization and communication hub. Printmaking Change, an artful show of unity, includes works made by over 100 community members individually and collectively, including prints, painting, mixed media, sculpture, poetry, and more. The show begins with the theme of justice and an acknowledgement that work is being done in Iowa to make the lives of all citizens better, healthy, safer, and more equitable. We have painted bricks along the edge of the walls showing a community project in progress, overseen by Amber Lynch and Feed Des Moines, to build a permanent art installation outside the Blazing Saddle. This came about in the face of recent and ongoing anti-LGBTQ legislation. Here's Kimberly Madison's painting Leisure at the Edge of Collapse, influenced by the post-impressionist Seurat's famous works. But here the picnicking and bathing are burdened by unclean water. There may be some familiar faces in here, including the Iowa-born writer and film director Peter Hedges. Leaning back on the right, he was amused by this inclusion. Many of the walls are filled with mostly prints made at Progress Iowa's Art Jam on the portable printing press, introduced to the group by Julie Russell Stewart, to whom the idea of the show and show itself owes a great debt. But these small prints aren't filler. They are very concise messaging that may seem like givens to many of us, but so bear repeating over and over. And volume is both physical and an indication of decibel. Mena Abuolo has 3 powerful linocuts on display that convey, in her words, collective fracture, silent and persistent fear of mothers, and the quiet violence that interrupts daily life. Next to these, a dynamic print by Sioux City-based muralist Paul Chelstad. Jeannie McCrae has 4 pieces in this show, all using her own developed technique, photographic kaleidoscopic tapestry. These pieces address the consequences of big ag, hoglots, all that makes breathing and drinking in Iowa problematic. The directionality of the show on the south wall of the gallery, as well as the north walls, we will soon see, are visual and textual tributaries, both leading to the back wall of the gallery, the water wall, titled #MakeWaves4Iowa. These pieces were arranged by Clementine Bennett and Rachel Golick. The north and south walls, the streams that lead to this large wall of waves, were a curatorial choice by myself and Jen Sinkler, given the timeliness of the legislation around monitoring the nitrates in our water. But of course, the water issues lead back, are causal to so many other issues that must be addressed. This wall is a group collab titled No Cancer Gag Act. This wall is, in effect, a reminder of how these prints played a large part in the rallies that helped defeat Iowa legislation that would have protected Bayer and other megacorporations over Iowans who become sick after exposure. And then we have Amanda Winkleman's Airing Iowa's Dirty Laundry. This is an installation that looks fun, almost cute, until you get up to it and spend a bit of time looking at yourself in the mirror, along with babies' onesies on a clothing line with poop emojis. And then we enter the area where Matt Chapman's installation exists. His installations are well known around Iowa amongst protesters and rally participants, and he was kind enough to install one here titled ICE Commits Racial Profiling. Sarah Plummer's Predators Among Us, Me Too, takes the iconic photo VJ Day in Times Square and tweaks it to show how this image really came to be. The dental assistant, Greta Zimmer Friedman, later said it was a moment of non-consent, that she was literally grabbed by a stranger celebrating the end of World War II. These are uncomfortable facts and art of the facts, such as the Plummer's other work, with real yet miniature copies of a section of the Epstein files. Titled Predators Among Us, No Accountability, it has its own magnifying glass if viewers want to take an even closer look. Maria Torres and Lisa Lima brought this beautiful textile work from Council Bluffs, an interactive installation inspiring hope and belonging. Gary Wilson's painting The Damned is a powerful protest of the cuts to Medicaid and SNAP benefits that help feed so many families every day. We have more small print supporting public schools, DEI, closed captioning, and protesting against gun violence. As I said, either direction you take, from the front of the gallery to the back and around, the viscerality of the show is carried along with the visual and the textual power and energy that all of these community members and artists have infused in the activism that manifested the individual components of this oversized, extra large, and very necessary show. Working together, Heritage Gallery and Progress Iowa has been a gift for both of us as we've each gained new audience members. We've met so many new people, which will hopefully expand the gallery's viewership, volunteers, and donors, and get more people involved in local and state issues. My experience of this exhibition is of being surrounded by a massive choir of voices writ large, clearly audible, and, as important, vibrantly visible.